Have you ever wondered how much it costs to live in Las Vegas? I'm talking about housing, medical, like insurance, all that stuff. And not only just for myself, but for a family of four. Now, yes, I'm a 29-year-old tech founder, well, kind of tired tech founder. And we've been living in Las Vegas for several years. And I thought it would be interesting to share how much do I spend, myself, my wife, and our two kids and pretty much in a typical month in Las Vegas. So if you're like myself and like to know the nitty gritty, I am going to be sharing my screen just in a little bit in some moments from now. And I'm going to be sharing everything. But before we continue, if you do enjoy this type of video, typically my channel does promote or publish videos specifically of the tire industry. So if you're not even interested in the tire industry or anything like that, like business, entrepreneurship and all that stuff, don't even subscribe. Don't do it because it actually hurts my channel more. But if you are interested in learning things like that, or again, learning things like this that we're going to be talking about, then definitely subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe, share this with a friend, smash that like button. Also, a big thanks to the sponsor of this video, Tirebase, which is my company, as it's a software company, but I'll be talking about them more in just a moment. But anyways, guys, before I jump into my computer, I just want to make sure we understand what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about how much is the cost of living for a family of four in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I'm going to be breaking down my monthly expense, and I'm going to be breaking it down by category. I'm not going to go on a per transaction basis. I might go on a per transaction of the biggest or largest transactions I have. But other than that, again, that's all the purpose of this video. Also, keep in mind that I am sharing pretty much my perspective, so there's no right or wrong answer. For example, one of the things you are going to see right now in a moment is the education for my kids. There is public education, but I choose to have them in private schools. So if that's something you don't want, or you want to maybe disregard, just take everything I'm about to tell you with a grain of salt, right? Obviously, this is for me and what works for me. What might work for you might be completely 100% different. But without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. All right, guys, so now I'm sharing here my software. I use this app called monarchmoney.com, which allows me to track every single expense. So all of the things I pay for, it's in cash or check or something that's traceable. And the cool thing about Monarch Money, which again is not a sponsored, but the cool thing about the software I like is that you connect all your bank accounts, your Wells Fargo, Chase, whatever you have, your mortgage, and then it pretty much asks you to categorize each expense at the end of the month so you could see where your money is going. And so again, if you are feeling like supporting my channel or helping out and trying this software, we will be leaving a referral link in the description below. But I want to start with pretty much the lowest, and then we'll go up. So number one is financial fees. These are fees that we're getting charged from the bank and whatnot. So as you guys could see, membership for something and an interest charge. I forgot to pay my credit card because I switched from Wells Fargo to Chase. I never get these, but it is what it is. So as you guys could see too, I like Monarch because it gives you a historical trend of how much you're actually spending in this category. So as you can see, it's typically $10, $12.95. This was an annual card fee. $20.68. Sometimes I'll even get credits. I don't even know how that works. But yeah, so on and so forth, right? So the next one would be pets. So I do have a pet, a cat. And as you can see, this month we spent $20, but sometimes we'll spend 64, 20, 162. Sometimes we'll spend a little bit more because we're paying for litter, food, etc. Next thing would be charity. So I do try to give, again, not as much as I should. Honestly, I should give more, but I try to stay consistent at around that $40 to $50 range. Sometimes I'll give more, but yeah, at least kind of emotionally thinking makes you feel nice. Clothing. So clothing is pretty much clothes, right? For the kids, for myself. We don't spend much, as you can see, 95, 100. This would be socks, underwear, undershirts, pants, pajamas, etc. And so yeah, about this month was $29. We try to do a budget of $130, as you guys can see. And so this app also is nice because it tells you if you have some credit over, let's say your budget's $130, you only spend $29. It tells you how much you have left. And then, so you could maybe go shopping later and know exactly how much you should be spending. Furniture and houseware, again, nice little thing. We don't spend much on this, and you'll see a big expense in May and June. That's because we're moving into California, as I mentioned before, and so that's why the outlier there. Gas and electricity, again, $33. We're probably missing electricity here because here electricity typically is a little more expensive. If we click on this month, you will see Southwest Gas. This was because, again, I changed from Wells Fargo to Chase, and I had like 3 months I didn't pay my gas. But November, we could see it would be a good month to see. Typically, my gas is $55. We cook every day, and we were using the heater for those months. So Cox internet, $60, energy, $87. That's on winter though. Summer, as you can see in May, electricity comes out to $379, so it could get expensive. So just keep in mind that. Insurance. So right now I only have a life insurance. I don't have really anything else. But so you guys will see life insurance from the Knights of Columbus. And I thought I had my health net. Yeah, so I was paying about $90 for me and my wife and my kids. Insurance is good, it's cheap, but the deductibles are very high, so keep that in mind. So if you're gonna go and get something, you're at least gonna, like my wife's pregnant, and we were gonna spend about $12,000 as a deductible for her delivery. Obviously, you enroll in a payment plan and you take like 3 or 4 years to pay that off, but that's the way to go. Childcare, we really never have childcare. As you can see, this is the only time we've done it, and I never even used it, so I wouldn't really consider that an expense. Internet and cable, again, internet's always $60. Recently it went up. I negotiated again, got it down to even lower. So negotiate with your carrier. You're leaving money on the table. Gas, this is actually a nice one. As you can see, this month we spent $99 in gas, $6. This was most likely like some chips or something, but typically it's a 49 to 43. I typically like to go to Sam's Club. I have their Sam's Club MasterCard, and it gives me 5% cash back. So I'm a big sucker for cash back. But yeah, typically, as you guys can see, the actual budget's about 140. And I would say actually it should be higher, but anyways, gas could go up all the way to 260, 294, 300. But on average day, I would say, typically 170 to 200 is reasonable. Let's see here, phone. So how much we actually spend on phone? We use T-Mobile, and so that's what it is. For my wife's phone and myself, we pay about $132. Medical. So these are actually not health insurance, but rather medical bills that I have to pay. And so, sometimes we'll have procedures or specific bills that we have to pay. Like in this case, I had to prepay for my wife's entire delivery thing. And so I just had to pay that with a credit card. Shopping, again, this is more like things that we want to buy. Dollar Tree, Target, things that are not really necessary, but we want to buy, right? Like toys or whatever. Home improvement, this could be anything like fixing stuff, right? Like the Ring subscription, Amazon. This must have been like a specific expense, but Walmart, Home Depot, something broke, I'll go and fix it. Financial and legal services, we are looking at, this was a membership I paid for, giving me like like notices of what to trade in the stock market. That pays for itself, at least for me. Entertainment and recreation, this is a good one. So I try to take the kids out every weekend. I use this thing called Pogo Pass, pay $50 per person for a year. It gives me tons of value, honestly, hands down. I think now the price is like $90 or $100, but I've been a member since like a long time ago, and they've honored the price, so it's kind of nice. And as you can see, another Pogo Pass here, it's for 4 members, so my wife, my 2 kids, and myself. Sam's Club, maybe we paid some pizza there or something, Xbox and Groupon, right? Which but Um, let's see here. Restaurants. This is where we spend, honestly. We do spend quite so much. Gorilla Sushi, Chick-fil-A, Applebee, Subway, whatever. We're going out. Has to come in here. And most of the time we try to keep them cheap. Don't spend too much. I think this Olive Garden $10 was like we had a gift card. But on average, we could be seeing maybe transactions of $60, I would say, when we're going out with the family. So you can see there's other months where we're spending a lot more. We also have this tradition to buy some donuts on Sundays. So just a little different. But this month, again, these are expenses that you could avoid. You don't necessarily need. Auto payment. Right now, I have one car, so I pay $514 monthly payment. Pretty good. One car. That's all we need at this time. We do invest in our fitness. So fitness things like clothing, fitness, dancing for my daughter, martial arts for both of my kids, and then dancing lessons for me and my wife. So, and I play soccer too. So I didn't add it here. I don't know. Yeah. So indoor soccer. I pay for specific games. Keeps me nice and motivated to work. Auto maintenance. So our car did need some maintenance. As you can see, I do pay my insurance in a lump sum. So this was 6 months, so it's about $90. If I would have paid it month to month, it would have been $120. And again, I'm looking for ways to save the $50, $100. It adds up eventually. Child education. Again, my kids do go to private school. Optional, completely optional, like I mentioned. Sometimes we'll spend a lot more because my son's education is like charged in different periods. My daughter also is getting Chinese class because my wife is Chinese, so it's important for her to kind of keep her Chinese education going. But it is expensive, and yeah, but it's a good investment for us. So we're allocating about a 10%, probably a little higher. I would say like up to a 15% of our budget of our income towards child education. Groceries. We spent a lot of money in groceries. Same thing. I have the Walmart card, gives me cash back. And on top of that, they deliver it to our home. So it's nice. But we're spending about $800 to $1,000, I would say. Again, budget should be $730. So we're really a little over budget when it comes to groceries. But we gotta eat. And then finally, mortgage. So we're paying $1,500. My mortgage is really actually $1,100, but I'm paying $400 extra each month to kind of give on that equity a higher rate. So that's it, guys. In total, we're spending about $6,846 per month. My income, or my salary income from at least Tire Base, is $6,679 or something like that. But so we are technically over budget, at least in this month. Over time, that's where you try to manage. Keep in mind that there's a lot of expenses here that were one-timesies, like the car insurance. We're also overpaying in our mortgage, which we shouldn't. So, I would say we are still saving. And not to mention, I do have other side gigs that I do make extra money as well. So all that would go towards savings. But again, if you guys want to see kind of like a savings video or an income video as well, or a full review of this software, let me know. But yeah. But anyways, guys, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this video was useful in some way or shape or form. If you're thinking and moving into Las Vegas, definitely a video like this is very helpful. At least I know this because recently I moved out of Las Vegas and into California. And I was looking for videos like these that could hopefully share how much is expenses, how much can I expect in utilities, and so many other things. And again, Vegas is definitely a great place to live. I love Las Vegas. I've lived most of my life in there. But it does get a little hot. So when it comes to the weather, it is definitely hot. It has been getting a lot more expensive to compare to how it was 5 or 10 years ago. And yeah, those are just two things to consider. But I personally feel people are friendly. There's always tons of things to do. Everything's open 24 hours. Not everything, but most of the things. You'll find Walgreens, you'll find grocery stores, anytime, like 24 hours. And so it is kind of nice to have that. And relatively speaking, it's a small city. Compared to California, or other cities out there, you could go end to end in Las Vegas, one end to the other in less than 25, 30 minutes, you know, with no traffic. With traffic, you're still looking at 45 minutes. Nothing closely remote to, you know, California. So if you do want to see a video of me and my new cost of living in California, I did rent my house in Airbnb, and I think that could be an interesting thing to review. Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll do one for California as well. But anyways, guys, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you again, Tire Base, for sponsoring. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.